What's up? I am live again with the same shirt on. I said, hey, let me put the same shirt on. I don't want to hold y'all up, but we are live right now. And we want to say special shout out to all the producers in the house. Okay. Give me a second. I want to pull out my chair. How can y'all hear me? We good? We're gonna talk about DaBaby. We're gonna talk about Shaun King, and we also gonna be getting into what else? We're gonna talk about DaBaby. We're gonna talk about Shaun King. With somebody else. Oh, we're gonna talk about Nicki. Okay. So shout out to y'all. I am drinking a protein drink right now, double berry. That's what I'm drinking right now. Drinking that right now just to refresh. But I want to say something. I want to say shout out to all the producers in the house. Okay. Let us first open up with last night's show. So last night's show that we did, it was a 3-hour show. And when I tell you the emails, the messages of the people was shocking. You know, some of it was shocking, some of it wasn't. People were saying, why did you defend him? And why did you don't have our back, you lost your voice, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And I responded to some of the messages. I'm like, listen, a person can make a mistake. Back in 2019, I think he had a conversation, and then we also gonna talk about LovelyTi. We was having a conversation, and we talked about Millie. We talked about Armand last night, and so they kept bringing up the OG, and I said, listen, ladies and gentlemen, he he apologized for that, and I said we're cool. And sometimes for people, they don't want to let you live up the past. They want to continue to bring up the past. I said, listen, he is doing wonderful, wonderful things. He apologized for OG subject, and I think you should move on. Now, one particular person that used to always call into our show, they will call in pretty much every single episode, and they would talk about on every single topic. You know, they will call in. They no longer call in, and they text me and they said the reason why I don't want to call in because you did not have my back. Now, I'm the type of person, if you're an adult, you can defend yourself when you are bringing up a certain subject matter. I'm not going to go out and go on the front lines and try to defend you when you have a voice, when you can speak up, when you can defend yourself. He was on the line. You can call in and you could speak up and y'all could just go back and forth. But me, it just say, okay, let me just automatically have your back. Um, that don't make any sense when you can defend yourself. Now, if you couldn't defend yourself, then I can see, okay, let me speak up. But when you can speak, when you can talk, we could do all these things, you can do for yourself. You know what I'm saying? And um we definitely can move forward because at the same time, you're not um a content creator. You know what I'm saying? You are a viewer, and we love you and we support you, and we it was great. But if you make commentary about a content creator and they pull up, then you pull up, you say what you got to say, and you had that conversation, and y'all go back and forth. And I just think that's how it should be. I don't think it should be no type of way, but that. But that's what I said last night. So that was incredible to even have that conversation. Then I got another email and another text from someone else, and I was like, okay, listen, I am a personality, and I made up with someone, and I don't feel guilty about it because it was the right thing to do. And I thank God that I was able to make up with this person, and we had a cordial relationship, and I thank God for that. And we move forward. But we allow you to call in and voice your opinion. But if I say, hey, what you're saying is not true, he apologized. You don't be upset because I have the power of the mic. So of course I will come up and I will use that power. Um, uh, I would use that power all the time, and that's the stuff I would definitely use that power, and I would speak up and stuff like that. So, okay, so that was last night's show. So we want to talk about who I was going to talk about. I want to talk about DaBaby. So everybody have been talking about this subject. I'm kind of tired of talking about it because I talked about it enough. in the grocery store. I was having a conversation about the baby. I actually went to Walmart today, and somebody was bringing up the baby. I think the cashier, and they were talking about it. And so, because I was playing somebody live, and they was like, "Oh, what you watching?" I was like, "Oh, there's somebody talking about the baby and blah blah blah." So we get into this conversation, and I'm like, I just hope that he can sit down at the table and someone can educate him. So I get a message on my phone that now HIV and AIDS like organizations have written an open letter. Now on our show, we said he should have a conversation with people from the LGBT community. An open letter. They wrote an open letter. Some of these HIV and AIDS organizations, and some of them want education, and then some of them want to get a check as well. And I said, this is a perfect opportunity for DaBaby not to do a private meeting, but to do a public meeting as well. Okay, you can start out private and then do a public meeting, and then so the public can see the education, because it's not just the baby need to be educated. A whole lot of people need to be educated as well when you're talking about uh, um, people with HIV and AIDS, and a lot of folks need to be educated. I know some people personally in my family that needs to be educated with the virus. So let's just be crystal clear on that. So as I said, it should be a public forum so the public can be live streamed and we all can hear what God to say. And I said, let's just have this conversation. So I think a lot of people, when it comes to when it comes to the baby, I was getting a phone call from someone else, and they were talking about how black women are being a hypocrite when it comes to black women. I mean, when it comes to the baby, there at one point they don't want to stand up and call out his actions. They want to defend him, but then you had Exelia Banks came out and said what she said. The baby should have been canceled when he slapped a black woman and one of the fans, and he wasn't canceled. But since he said something towards the LGBT community, now people are saying, hey, let's have some sympathy. Let's take up for him and stuff like that. Instead of saying, oh, no, he deserved to have a timeout. Okay. He deserved to have a timeout. And we should just go ahead and have this conversation. Okay. So that's exactly what we should be at. Let's let him have a timeout. And while having a timeout, let's have a conversation. Let's educate the baby about what he said. But let's be clear, in the black community, um, it's so conservative when it's talking about LGBT topics. You will be shocked. A lot of people do not agree with the lifestyle. They will use terms, I don't agree with the lifestyle, or I don't agree with homosexuality. It's against God, Solomon Gomorrah. If you continue to listen to them, they will definitely quote, and most of their disagreement is going to come from scripture. Right, it's going to come from scripture. Now, these same folks that will criticize you about being gay won't criticize people that commit adultery. They won't make a big thing about children having babies out of wedlock. They won't definitely talk about people that don't do tithing. They won't talk about the liar. They won't bring up the backstabber. You know what I'm saying? They won't bring up faithfulness. They won't bring up, you know what I'm saying, treat your brother with love and kindness. They won't talk about those things. But the main sin that they will bring up is homosexuality. They will bring that term up to the forefront, but they will ignore the other sins that the Bible described and talked about in scripture, right? Ignore that. But we just mentioned LGBT. So I just think that's a whole issue, because I'm like, if you against, we said this in a whole nother conversation. We said in a whole nother live that if you're against one sin, you got to be against all the sins. You just can't say, well, I'm just against one, and you let everybody else have a pass. What kind of a person are you? What kind of a believer are you to ignore the others? So that was going on. So and I see that the baby, he's losing bags, and He was eating fruit on one of the lives I looked at on one of the stories. He was like eating fruit, talking about he's unbothered. Clearly, he's very bothered by it because he lost a lot of potential bags. Who want to lose bags? Um, can he take this moment and really grow and learn? Absolutely. He have to be willing to do the work. So if he get up and he do the work, it will be fun. It will be great that he actually get up and do the work. So if he's willing to have this conversation with these organizations and donate and they do a press conference and they throw some support behind them, this will all blow over. But like I said, he got to be willing to do the work. You can't blame nobody else but you. Put the work in, and then people will move on from the subject. They will exactly move on from it. Okay. Um, Here we go. All right. What was the other topics that we're gonna talk about? Oh, we gotta bring up Shaun King. Okay. You all know who Shaun King is. Give me a second. I'll pull up his picture. If you all do not know who he is, Shaun King is a activist, Black Lives Matter activist, and I'm a huge supporter of Shaun King. Um, and I've been a supporter of his for about a couple of years now. I support him. I read his books, I read his articles, I support his organizations. I love the Breakdown podcast. It's one of the main podcasts that I listen to on a regular. So his wife is a beautiful Black woman, had the credit, had the down payment and everything, and they purchased a beautiful lake. I think it was a lakefront, a lake home or house. And it was a beautiful house that they purchased. I think it was about I think it was about $1 million. Anyway, they purchased this house. The media blasted it all on social media. They blasted it all in the mainstream media. And so Shaun King came out, and I want to read what he wrote if it's still up. Give me a second. Because I think some people, because the wife purchased it, right? Because they were living in a 2-bedroom apartment in New York. So give me a second. And they moved into this house. Let me see. Do he still have the post up? Okay. So he wrote this. He said, it's a wild thing to see your 40-year-old wife, who is a badass professional with a lifetime of work and credit and savings, purchase her first home with a FHA loan. Suddenly it get plastered all over the news like I bought it and like we are living large. All lies. We don't live in a mansion or anything like it. It's laughable. It's an old house, and we have 5 kids and aging parents to look after. That they mean to get me killed. It was nearly 1 year ago today. We called cops all over the country plotting to kill me. We already got death threats daily. I've seen our home and details all over the net. We now have security outside the home again and have told our kids to never play outside again. That's what they want. My wife bought this house. She worked her ass off for it. She is a senior executive with 20 years of experience. And what are we talking about here? In the past 24 hours, I've seen so many lies, scores of them sadly spread by Black folks, but started by the conservative white media about my family. We don't live lavishly. You have to live in New York, New Jersey to know how much it costs to buy a home here. We live in a working class town. In fact, the only reason our family of 7 didn't purchase a home in Brooklyn where we live is because we simply couldn't afford it. Nobody I know can. We could purchase a 1-bedroom apartment in Brooklyn. In fact, our mortgage is now less than I paid in rent anytime in the past 10 years. Where do people want my family to live? What would make them happy. I don't think the harassment and lies about me will ever stop, not even when I'm dead. It's all so damn gross. It's shameful and dangerous. I'm mainly sorry for my wife and young kids that the world has now caused them more harm and made our family so unsafe. We can't even have any peace. It's heartbreaking. Love you until the wheels fall out at Mrs. Rel King. And so I want to say this. People think that when you an activist, you supposed to live poor, right? People believe that if you is protesting and you are out in the streets, that you should be living poorly, that you should not live in a decent house. Some people believe that if you try to purchase a beautiful house, and you understand the cost of living in New York and New Jersey, $1 million ain't nothing. They want you to live poorly, right? They made it seem like because the house they moved in wasn't a mansion. With the price that they moved, the amount that they paid for the house, if you look at where they're living in the area, it's doable, right? Because you can't get a house under $400,000-500,000 in New York. That just don't exist, right? The cost of living in New York and New Jersey is really high. So when you, especially in New Jersey, a little bit better than New York, I would say. That's why a lot of people that live in New Jersey work in New York, but they won't live in New York because of the cost of living. But when Shaun King, they criticize this man daily, right? They blast now. Why would you blast this man's house all over the internet, all over the news when he have children, when he have a family, right? And it's just so sad. And he have done a lot to help black folks, to help organizations, to help families. He have donated money to he have raised money for families, didn't even take a cut out of the money, just raised money for so many families. There's hundreds of families that he have helped. And now, you have some black folks, some of them are jealous of Shaun King because they don't have they can't rally behind three people to donate $2. But Shaun King can make a call to action and can raise millions in a matter of days, and people is threatened by that, right? And so, and they're not looking at that his wife is that works. He's an executive, like she can't work. Do y'all want her in the house frying chicken and making donuts? I'm like, why are we not? Um, doing this, and we definitely will open up the phone lines and we allow y'all to call in and speak about Shaun King because we are a public platform. I like people to comment that do not agree with me, so I'm fine with that. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree on what I'm saying about Shaun, you always can call in. But I don't believe that we should be blasting this man's house on the internet and threatening them and people showing up. I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's right. His mother is a white woman and his father is black. He's mixed. And he have done a lot for the culture for black folks. He have done a lot for people. It's a lot when you are working in social justice, when you are on the front lines. You get a lot of attacks and you get a lot of stuff, even from the black community. So when you start to get popular and doing things, they will criticize you. No one is it exists. Nobody is it. This man went to Morehouse College. He graduated. He's a family man, and they want him to live out on the street. That's what they want. They would rather him live out on the street and live in a roach and rat infested apartment than for him and his wife to get a house. They saved up the money. They're ignoring the fact Like they've been living in a 2-bedroom, I think, apartment for all this time. They're knowing the fact that his wife saved up her money, got her credit together, and got a loan to get the house. It wasn't like a cash where they just out of cash, just boom, boom, boom. No, they're knowing that because they don't like Shaun King, but we should harass him and his innocent family members. Is that what we're saying here? I'm just saying. Give me a second. I'm just saying. That's how I look at it. I dropped the link so just in case Shaun King want to come on or anybody else that's bold enough that want to speak to me about this, I dropped the link. His wife is not white, and it's just like people just need to do their research. Anyway, because I got his book that I read. Is that I put it in the bookshelf? I don't know where. I think I got it in my library here, but I look at it later. But anyway, Shaun King made a post, and I think a lot of people have something to say about it. And so if you got something to say about Shaun King, we definitely will open up the phone lines and allow you all to call in. Now, Nicki, now let's switch to Nicki. She is supposed to host Real Housewives of Potomac. I was on All About the Tea last night. And I said, I don't think that she should host it because she would not be a good host. Number one, she's always late on her Instagram live. Number two, she have the sniffles. And the thing about it is, I don't want to see somebody host a show and that's always have the sniffles. And I don't think that she would actually know all of the storylines because I don't think that she watched Real Housewives of Potomac like that. I don't think that she know the history of those women. But would I tune in and watch it? Yes, because it's going to be a ratings, but because the ratings going to be through the roof, it's because Nicki Minaj, um, she, people going to watch just for her. But I don't want to see her with the sniffles. I definitely want to see her with the sniffs and being late and yelling and screaming. I don't. I want to see her, maybe do another like Love and Hip Hop or maybe get on Zeus and do host a show on Zeus. But I understand why Bravo want to bring a celebrity on because of the success of the Zeus network, which Zeus is black owned. And so I get it and I understand it because it's black owned. Oh, I have the sniffles. Okay, I do. I got the sniffles too. Okay. so what I'm talking about, Nikki, I got the sniffles. Okay, all right. All right. Okay. So if she wanna come on and stuff like that, that's understandable because she got the sniffles. I mean, because I have the sniffles too. Okay, so I really can't even get on this. But just know we do love the Barbs. Okay, we love the Barbs over here. But I personally don't want to see her hosting and don't know all the topics. I just, I would love the host because I know the women. I would actually, if they will give me the gig, I will watch some more episodes and get all the tea and talk about it on my show. Talk about it there. But she's supposed to host. So press one if you would watch it. Press one if you would watch the show. Let me know. Press one if you would watch Nicki Minaj host the Real Housewives of Potomac. Press one. Press two, you would not watch it. Press one, you would watch it. If you would watch the show, I want to see press one in the chat that you will watch it. Press two, you will not watch it. Press one. Okay, it's a lot of ones in the house. It's a lot of ones in the house. It's a couple of twos, but the ones got it. All right. Okay. So I put LovelyTi in the title because I had the pleasure of watching her live. I was at the grocery store and I was watching her live, and pretty much she was speaking against the axxine, about the axxine, the shot that we have to take. And she was speaking against the axxine. I'm saying axxine because we got to use certain words. I'm talking about it. And I'm like, here's a woman that have a pre-existing condition, a pre-existing condition. All right. All right, condition. I can't even say it. All right. I can't say it. Oh my gosh. All right. Pre-existing condition. Oh my god, I can't say it. All right. Go try. Oh my gosh. Okay. She. All right. I can't pronounce it. Oh my god. Oh my god. I should never took that puff. Oh my god. Okay, breathe the condition. Oh! All right. All right. All right. She has she has her health issues. So she was speaking against the axxine. Now I have my card. I took it. I have my card. I took it because I have family members that had it and stuff like that, and I didn't want to deal with it. Now, having the axxine do not prevent you from catching the Rona. If you contract the Rona, your symptoms will be lesser. Now, when I think Armand, he took the Moderna one, right? And he said, oh, he contracted it, but his symptoms wasn't severe. He was still able to be at home. He wasn't on a ventilator because he's fully vaccinated. But it did not prevent him not to be positive for the Rona. His symptoms was not severe. Now, she's on her live saying, why y'all getting this? Or why the reason why the government is stepping in is because it saved lives. This is no joke, right? This saved lives. If you look at Vermont, I think that's the only state that got the least amount of people in the hospital for new cases. They have over 80% of their people are fully protected with the axxine. Now, if you look at when you get it, it brings the cases down. The reason why we have so many cases and now Republicans, they're coming out, please take it because it saved lives. It saved lives. It really saved lives. Your symptoms will not be severe if you get it. It saves lives. And people are just not want to believe it. They're living in these places. They're getting it. And then I wish that they would put the camera in all the hospitals of folks that's begging. I wish I would have took it. It was one particular woman, her fiance didn't take the vaccine and he died, and some of them were trying to get it at the last minute when they're in the hospital and it's too late. You can't get it now. You got to wait till you heal to get it. B Loves Life. I don't know. Do anybody in here know who B Loves Life is? Do anybody in here know who B Loves Life is? Okay. B Loves Life is a YouTuber. Her son is on, I think he's on oxygen in the hospital battling the Rona. This is serious. This is real. This is no exempt. This is real. This is no spoof. or anything like that. And the reason why they are making it mandatory, especially for healthcare workers, is because you're on the front lines, right? You're on the front lines, right? And that's her, or yeah, her oldest son. He's in the hospital with that. And you just saw her face, like she was so hurt. Even though she was getting through the video, I could tell that she was hurt. Right? So I just say it's a good thing. I'm fully. I got both shots. I just had a sore arm and everything like that. And that's it. It was nothing bad, no type of other symptoms or anything like that. Just a sore arm for me. Right. Um, I want to say this though, even with LovelyTi, I'm like, you have a pre-existing, you know what I'm saying? And you don't want to take it. Like, I don't understand it. Okay. I don't understand it. I went and as soon as I got the other, I went in April, right? And I took the second shot in May. I went on and took it. I said, listen, I'm going. So I highly suggest you do your research, but you go get it. Why not? And I'm not going to try to shame people, but I don't want to be around you if you don't want to take it. And that's why I'm so glad that the nurse home that I'm going to tomorrow, pretty much all the nurse homes I've been working at, about 90% to 100% of the residents got the axxine, and the cases are down. Like it ain't nobody on isolation. Nobody have been hospitalized. It actually works. It actually works. Nobody have not been to the hospital. Nobody have died of it. You know, their protector is not in the building, so it's really good. You know, but no one want to talk about that part. They don't want to talk about that. And I was like, this is good. So when I saw her live, I'm like, I just disagree. I said we should be encourage our people to take it. Oh, excuse me. Like for my meet and greet that I'm gonna have next year, if you don't have your card, don't come. If you're not fully have your card, don't even try to come. You're not welcome. I don't want to meet you. You know what I'm saying? That's just how it is. You gotta be protected. You gotta have it. Okay. You gotta have it or just do not come. Don't come. Don't come. Okay. You don't even come. You don't have your card. Security, throw them out. Oh my gosh. Some of y'all said I won't be coming. All right. Okay. All right. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm big giggling. I had ate an edible before the show. I'm so sorry. Okay. All right. All right. So we're gonna open up the phone lines. If you all want to call in, speak on it. We definitely gonna open the phone lines. I would prefer you come on StreamYard. You don't have to show your face, so I'm gonna drop the link again because I can stay on camera. All right. You don't have to show your face because I have a way that you don't have to show your face. So I'll drop the link again. All right. Also, too, I open up the phone lines and we could just have a conversation. But yeah, I had an edible. Okay. Oh my gosh. Somebody came over today and was like, yeah, well, I got some edibles. I'm like, oh, sure. Let me eat an edible. And I haven't seen this person in a while. And they came over and that's how I need to give me a couch because I got a bed And I need to give me a love seat or some chairs or a couch. So I'm gonna have to go back to that furniture store and get a couch. And I'm gonna have to put it in this house somewhere. I'm gonna have to scoot this over because I had some company over and they had brought me they said, "Oh, do you want an edible?" And I said, "Yeah." I ate a couple of them too. I had about 3 of them. I hope it's out of my system by tomorrow because I gotta be at work tomorrow. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Give me a second. I'm gonna put the number up because I know some of y'all don't like StreamYard. All right. But even if you know have your car, I got mine. Hold on 1 second. Okay. I'm gonna open up the phone lines so the people, if y'all want to call in. And for all the folks that have something to say about Shaun King, call in. That number is I'm gonna put it on the screen so y'all to know. Oh God, I had a lot of stuff to say over here. They are still mad. All right. All right. Give me a second. Okay, we gotta open up the phone lines. All right. Let me put the number on here. Where's the number at? I know I put it on here. All right. All right. So the number is 646-716-8447.
Your show now, press 1. To hear important instructions, press 2.
All right. All right.
Your show will go live in 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2, 1. Blog Talk Radio.
All right. Okay, we got I'm gonna open up the phone lines first and then I'll open up StreamYard to whoever hit the link. 9201, you live on air.
Okay, I just want to say something about DaBaby. When a celebrity gets booked at any venue or any event, you have to pay money for them to show up. So DaBaby's not losing any money. Everybody's like, he's losing a bag, he's losing a bag. You have to pay anywhere between 50 to 75% of the money up front that's non-refundable before he even get there. So that's my only thing. I just wanted people to know, like all of this, he's losing money. He's really not losing that much. That's why he really doesn't care about it. Like, and that's the only thing that I had to say.
Oh, okay. So he still get bulk of his money before he even get
He
there.
still gets the bulk of his money. Like if I book Wiley is gonna say, hey, I need at least 50% of the money up front so I could block that date out. You see what I'm saying? And they may still have to pay him the rest of the money because now, he could have used that date and time to play somewhere else. So they could have cost some money somewhere else. So it's not like he's really losing anything. If anything, the festivals have lost out. That's why it's not really like a big deal to him.
Oh, all right. Well, we thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay.
All right. That was DaBaby, one of the baby mamas. 0316 calling you on air.
Hi, I wanted to talk about the jab. I'm a Dr. Sebi follower.
Okay.
I've been following him for years. And a lot of people don't know, if you have a healthy immune system, you don't have to worry about getting a vaccine. I have never been sick with flu, cold, or anything because I have a healthy immune system. They took off Dr. Cass Ingram's YouTube channel because he had the what do you call it? He had the remedy for the COVID virus, which is oregano oil. I've been taking that before I even knew about Dr. Cass Ingram because of Dr. Sebi. Dr. Sebi cured HIV and AIDS with Supreme Court documents to back this up. This is why I follow Dr. Sebi. His children are in Atlanta, Georgia, and they have a store in Atlanta, Georgia. You do not need synthetic fibers in your body. You need to boost your immune system. Dr. Sebi took sea moss every single day. Sea moss has 99 minerals and vitamins that the body needs. If you add burdock root to it, you will get the rest of the minerals that your body needs. What has happened is people are really sick in our country because they are obese with unhealthy immune systems. When your immune system is compromised, then it's easy to catch any kind of virus, such as the flu and the coronavirus and even AIDS. Again, he cured HIV and AIDS. All you have to do is eat right. I eat very clean. I never get sick. Elderberry, sea moss, burdock root is what your body needs. Dark leafy greens, chlorophyll. When you get chlorophyll in your body, you eat a lot of chlorophyll, such as kale, such as spinach, such as collard greens. I eat 3 portions of those a day. Everybody needs to do this. And soda. You need to take soda, a lot of sugary drinks out of your diet. That's why a lot of Americans, especially Black Americans, are compromised because they have diabetes. They have high blood pressure from eating unclean food. You need to eat whole food, fruits, vegetables, heavy chlorophyll. You do not want to put synthetic, and Dr. Sebi spoke against this, synthetic drugs in a natural body. Your body is composed of the same nutrients that are in the ground. That's why it's good to get sunlight, and it is good to walk in the ground freely in the dirt because your body needs to get those minerals in it. I can't stand when people are misinformed about how to treat the body. A lot of people are brainwashed because of this Western civilization that we live in. We were very healthy individuals, meaning Africans, before we came over here into slavery and adopted this way of living. If you go to other countries, I am well traveled. I am 25 years old. My parents are from other countries. My father is Jamaican. If you go to other countries, you will not see all this fast food. They compromise our immune system. They compromise our way of life. They want you to be sick because the industry is a billion-dollar industry to have you sick. I'm referring to Big Pharma. They're at $69 billion right now. So the miseducation for you to get this vaccine, I do not like people to push it on people if they don't know. LovelyTi knows what she's talking about. I'm pretty sure she's a Dr. Sebi follower. I'm not trying to slander you.
What I'm saying is I saw the work of people getting it and how it protects so many people, especially older folks. Because when this virus first started, it was taking a lot of the elderly out. You know, it was running rampant in these nursing homes, and now that we have,
I have to correct you with that.
There
was a nurse, and I posted the video.
I'm telling you, like
I
worked in a couple of nursing homes, and I've seen it. I've seen how it just ran rampant. Right, we lost staff, we lost patients from this. But when the vaccine came on to the marketplace and it was available for a lot of places, a lot of these nursing homes are not reporting that now. It's more calm now. You know, they're not having those many cases like when it first started last year.
Okay, let me say this, please, because I want people to hear this. There were a ton of nurses, and they have taken these videos down that said a lot of people did not even have COVID when it first started up. The reason why it was reported, and it still is being reported as COVID, is because the hospitals get a lot of money for it to be put out there as COVID. There was one nurse, she was crying, she was attending to a black man, because we all know when black people go in the hospital, you get treated the worst. LovelyTi has talked about this a lot on her channel. Dr. Sebi, when he was still alive, talked about this a lot on many of his interviews. That's why you need to take care of your body and not go into the hospital. It has been reported by several nurses. A lot of them quit their jobs that people had COVID when they really had the flu or pneumonia. That's what they had. They did not have COVID-19. It's just that COVID-19 paid more. And as for the people, the older people that were in the nursing homes, what happened with them was, and just like you spoke of, I hate that Dalvin. I follow them. I follow a lot of Black YouTubers. I love my people. But anyway, what happens is the nurses have said this themselves. And if you see, they take down a lot of Dr. Sebi videos, Nipsey Hussle, and LovelyTi. Just so you guys know, Nipsey Hussle was making a documentary on Dr. Sebi because of this Western civilization lie on these synthetic drugs that should not be in your body. And so did LovelyTi. She was touring with Dr. Sebi, and she had a ton of videos, and they took a lot of her videos down, but you can still find some of her in Honduras, where Dr. Sebi is from. She was in Honduras advocating to preach all the evils of the Western civilization with these synthetic drugs. Again, your molecular structure of your cells are not supposed to have synthetic drugs. All you need, and the Bible says this. The Bible says this. Your Lord tells you this. All you need is God's herbs. You just got to get a hold of the right herb. Oregano is an herb. If you treat it the right way with North American herb oregano oil, which I take daily, I will never get COVID. I'm not.
Okay. Well, I'm hearing your point, and I'm not trying to come against your beliefs, but as I was preaching and seeing the results of people actually getting the vaccine, and actually it's helping so many people, and especially in these places that the cases actually went down. So the cases went down. So for people that don't have it, I've seen people they come out and the reports come out and they say, well, I wish I would have took the vaccine. I've known people that even contracted it and their symptoms were very mild for the results. Have you
also heard of the cases where people died? Have you also heard of that? No
yes.
one wants to talk about that.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not talking about that. Is if you take the vaccine, nothing will happen. Right? Because, but let's look at the majority. Let's look at all the cases. Let's combine everything together. It have helped more than it have harm. That is very fact. That's very true.
No,
and
not.
Yes, it is.
No,
it's very, 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 very true of how I feel about it. It have helped a lot of places, even like in places in like the nursing homes and stuff like that. And I've seen the results of that. Here we go. Let's bring this other caller on. 5805. Call you on air. Hello.
Hey, Wiley.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yes.
Hey, I really disagree with this lady. I think she's crazy. I really do, because I am a CNA as well. I work in a nursing home, and I've seen so many people pass away and die from this virus. And now that people are being vaccinated, we see the numbers going down, and people are still out here rallying to not get the vaccine. It's just crazy and ignorant. It's very ignorant. And for LovelyTi to get up there with her almost 1 million subscribers and tell Black people not to get this vaccine when we are dying the most from the fucking virus is just crazy. It doesn't make any sense. But that's all I wanted to say.
Because I worked in there, so I've seen a lot of people like it ran rampant, like they were going like flies.
Yes,
And now when
people are straight dying from this virus, and we got ignorant people out here telling us, "Oh, don't get the vaccine, but go out to concerts and do dumb shit." Like, come on now.
and then the people that
Come on
speak
now.
against it, they wearing a mask. So which one
Yes.
is it?
Exactly. It just don't make no sense, and it's just sad. Especially this lady on here. She thinks she knows what she's talking about. It's sounding crazy as I don't know what. I'm sorry.
Because I worked in these nursing homes. I've seen the results. You as a CNA, you have seen people that you take care of are gone, you know. And now that this vaccine happened, the cases are down. It's not, you don't have a lot of units where you got to be in isolation gowns and masks and gloves because now the vaccine have helped a lot of people.
Exactly, and it's taking a lot of stress off of people that are in the front line that are actually in there taking care of these people with this virus. It just don't sound right for somebody that probably ain't never worked in the healthcare field a day in their life trying to tell somebody what to do with their body. Probably don't know nothing about the immune system. Like, I'm in nursing school now, and it just is crazy. It's really crazy. I'm sorry.
I hear you. Thank you so very much for calling in, for giving your opinion.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thanks.
All right.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Okay. Wow. All right. 4635, calling on air.
Hey, Wiley. Hey, chat. Hey,
Hey.
everybody. How y'all doing?
All right.
I just wanted to chime in on what the caller before the last. I agree with basically everything she said. I too am from the Caribbean. Also, I am an ICU nurse, and I just don't believe that what the government is trying to put out for all of us to believe is all true. I've worked in the ICU for 14 years. I've never taken a flu shot, and that's just part of my religion, or my culture, rather. I'll say that. And by God's glory, I've never caught in the flu, nor have I ever caught in pneumonia. I've worked around MRSA, C. diff, VRE, Klebsiella, all types of bacteria, staph, and I, by the grace of God, have never caught in anything. I'm not against vaccines. I vaccinated my children as babies, and so I do believe in them, and I do believe in the science of vaccines. But the problem that I have is not how fast this vaccine has come out, because if you are educated, you know that they've been working on this for years. Okay, this is just the time that they've put this out, right? But the thing is, the problem I have with this is why such of a push to the point that they're paying people. They're giving people incentives to take the vaccine. While it may be important, to go the lengths of paying people, that's what makes it unsettling for me. Like, if they would just have come out with the vaccine and said, okay, this is the vaccine, we recommend everyone get it, this is what's going to keep you and your family healthy and safe, then maybe people would be more like, okay, let's do it. But because they're pushing it, they're going house to house, knocking on people's doors, giving money. Come on, man, that's not even normal. They didn't even do that for the flu vaccine, right? And flu is something that is around every year, every fall and winter. They're not going around knocking on people's doors trying to get people to take the flu vaccine, the pneumonia vaccine. But COVID, I just don't. It doesn't set right with me, and because it doesn't set right with me, I just have chosen not to do it yet. But I'm not saying that, those who have done it, they made a wrong choice. Those who aren't doing it have made a wrong choice, because at the end of the day, we all have free will, right? So, you do what's best for you. You do what's best for your family, and you just pray that you make the best decision. But to be honest with you, I think this is a way to divide us, because like you said, I don't want to be around nobody who's unvaccinated. And that is your choice, Wiley. You don't have to. But I see it as a way to divide people. I see it, and that's the way that they're going to conquer, is by dividing us, by having us bickering back and forth, going against one another because this person chose not to do it. This person chose to do it. All right, well, there's people who chose to get the flu shot 5 years ago, and people who didn't get the flu shot 5 years ago. People were still around each other. I mean, I know that this COVID is killing people at a more alarming rate than it is, like the flu shot. But at the end of the day, I still see it as some type of division. And I still
But that's the
that
only
when they
reason
divide us-
why I feel like they're offering incentives to get people on it, because it's taking a lot of people out, right? If you look in,
Right.
especially if you look at the states that pretty much said don't wear masks, or they having all these unnecessary deaths. It's just unnecessary. Now, if you look at Vermont, where even though it's not a big state, but that's a Republican governor, and their cases
Mhm.
is down. They don't have their hospitals are not overrun with all these new cases. It's because they believed in the science. The people took the vaccine. They believed in wearing masks, et cetera, et cetera.
Mhm.
You have some parts like Alabama, these poor red states, even some parts of Texas and Florida, where these governors are not listening to the scientists. They're listening to their base, or these or trying to be a politician, and they're losing a lot of people. And this is unnecessary when you can get a shot and it can take it down for all the cases. That's why they're offering $100 free football tickets to get people on it, because it's saving lives.
I mean, I don't agree with you there, but I agree with.
It's saving lives. I've worked in
previous
plenty nursing
statement.
homes that it ran rampant, right? But now when the vaccine comes,
did.
the cases are down. You don't see a lot of these people are going to the hospital. It's really good. People are able to visit their loved ones. People forget when it first happened, we couldn't go to the nursing home. People couldn't see their loved ones.
Oh no, I don't forget.
People
Yeah.
died. They had to see them through the window. It was
I'm telling you, I
bad.
don't forget, Wiley, because I used my phone to FaceTime a few people's family members through the ICU glass window so that they can see their family, because they weren't unable to get there. But I do want to just add this, right? And this is no lie. Nobody's paying me to say this. This is truth. You can believe it if you want, or not believe it if you don't. But I'm going to tell you firsthand, I was taking care of a COPD patient, a patient with a history of COPD, had chronic lung disease, and the patient was in the ICU. Of course, yes, at the time, it was an elderly patient. I think she was, if I remember correctly, she was in her late 70s, early 80s. And she had a very difficult time breathing, and she did pass on, right? And the fellow told us that they were going to put COVID as her cause of death. At the time, I mean, this was back in April when COVID first started. But not only myself, but a lot of the nurses on the team didn't really believe that it was COVID that took her out. And they used that as her diagnosis, or not diagnosis, as her cause of death. So I really do believe that they lie to get whatever reimbursements, whatever incentives that they get to make the hospitals money. And that's why I believe that, like, it's really profit over people. I'm not saying that everybody lies and everybody's not trustworthy, but they're not completely 100% honest either. And I'm just saying, like, everybody shouldn't put their hope and everything
because
I'm looking
at,
because
you know,
at the
even
end of the day, it's business.
right.
Money.
I look at Lunel. She came out and she had got the virus, and she took the COVID shot, but her symptoms wasn't severe, right? And she talked about it today on her show, and that's what I was talking about. It's not going to prevent you from getting it. I don't think no one ever was preaching that. Is that if you were to get it, if the virus, your symptoms won't be severe where you have to get on the ventilator, etc. Because on a YouTuber, he had contracted it. He took the Moderna shot. He took both of them, right? And he got it, but his symptoms wasn't severe. Now he's back up and about. You're right. He didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that, right? But that's how I look at it as being a helpful tool for people as well. I know my grandmother, she took it because she was like, listen, they said take it. Her doctor instructed her to do it. So, she said, hey, let's do it. Now, my mom didn't take it or my sister didn't take it, and they both contracted the virus, as well as my grandma. This before she took the vaccine. And then after she got over it, she took the vaccine. My thing is this, it all depends upon what your core belief is, because they cannot make it mandatory to make everybody take it. It's against the law. So the only thing they can do is say, we offer you $100, we offer you free football tickets,
but you know what, Wally?
but they can't make it. They business can,
trying to mandate it
because they have. I've worked in places even with the flu. They was like, if you don't take the vaccine, this was years ago, and I worked in nursing home, you got to wear a mask. And that the way to make you take it. Yeah, I remember that. I remember that. But they can't. So a lot of jobs now, they're going to be like, if you don't take it. But again, when they go to court, you can challenge that. They can threaten you out, and they can probably fire you. But you can fight that, and I think the courts will be on your side, especially now how the courts are looking, because I think you can't make that mandatory and say you got to get this. Like that's going to be challenged. So I don't know how they're going to do it. Now they're encouraging people to say, if you don't take it, you got to get tested. But at the job I'm at, they test you that anyway, even with the vaccine.
Right.
So, but my thing is this. I wish that this haven't been so publicized and so out of order, because there's been a lot of misinformation with it as well. And I'm not know all the details, but I try to listen to the Black doctors and leadership and Black scientists, and I pray and I wish that mainstream media will give them more of a platform, like BET, TV1, OWN network that cater to Black folks, and let the scientists talk. And really, and this is why we should have them on platforms to educate us as well.
They control.
But that's true.
What I mean? They control, in a sense, and censor what people say.
Well, technically, yeah, and they have been doing that for a while,
Right. They've been doing that for a while. Can I ask you something, Wally? Because I know you probably have other callers, and I don't want to take up a lot of time. But can I ask you this, and for the people in the chat too? There's this show on Netflix, right? It's called What the Health. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, if you've ever taken the time to watch it, but please, if you can, when you can, please watch that show. It's on Netflix. It's a one episode thing. It's not like a series. It's called What the Health. Please watch that.
Okay, I'm gonna definitely check that out.
Please watch that, just to increase your knowledge and awareness as to what is going on with as far as government. Please watch it. It's not What the Hell, Laser Real, because I'm looking at the chat. It's called What the Health.
Okay.
And it's a documentary. It's on Netflix. It's very, very, very good. It's eye-opening, to say the least. And I would really love if, when you watched it, that you came back and we have this conversation again.
And we definitely,
because I know that a lot of people.
No. You're right on that. I'm gonna definitely check it out, and then I'll come back and talk about it.
Yeah, definitely. I would love that, and I think a lot of people would appreciate that. Whether you agree or not agree with it, it's still a conversation piece. Right. So, I'm just throwing that out there.
Okay.
All right. Love talking to you. I've been away for a little while, so I'm back now. And,
thank you.
You know what I mean? I've missed y'all. So I just wanted to just chime in. I don't call in that often, but I just wanted to holler at you and give you my thoughts.
All right. Thank you. Bye-bye. Okay.
All right. Take it easy.
Yeah, because I know I saw a documentary on how they did the foods and how they did this and how they was treating the farmers and stuff like that. I forgot what was the name of that, but I try to watch them, so I'm definitely gonna definitely check this out while y'all are calling in. So give me a second. Anonymous, you live on the air. Then I got to bring the other caller I was talking to back on. Anonymous.
Hey, Wiley, how are you?
I'm doing all right.
I agree with the last caller and the first caller. Now, the documentary, What the Health, is definitely a very good documentary to watch. Watch it with an open mind if you're open for, the truth as far as meat, cheese, dairy products, how they, do pork and the farming and stuff like that. But it's definitely a very informative documentary because the person that is doing the documentary, they go around to like these medical professionals. They are a little bit confrontational. Some of these professionals don't want to meet with them. So it's definitely a good documentary to watch. With the vaccine, like what the last caller stated, I think that the government is doing a lot of things to try and scare people. There was a post on site where a doctor was talking about the vaccine, and he did studies, and he was saying that the U.S. lacked information that Japan doesn't lack. And he was talking about the shot in the arm and how the protein is supposed to sit in the arm, but the protein is leaking through the body, causing other issues to go on with the ovaries. So if you haven't seen that, definitely go over there to It's On Site. She posted a clip, like an interview segment with a doctor that was talking about, about being against the vaccine and, some of his findings in the vaccine. Now, there's people that have been vaccinated that have died. There was a 33-year-old girl that was fully vaccinated. She thought that, she was fine. She was a little bit on the heavy set side, but she got sick, ended up catching pneumonia, and she died. And when she got sick, she told her mom she didn't think it was COVID. And when it got tested that day, it was COVID. Later on that night, she got really, really sick and was admitted to the hospital with pneumonia and died within a day or two. So the vaccine does not necessarily protect people from being severely ill or dying, because if you notice, when COVID first hit, the people that was dying from it already had pre-existing medical conditions or had some type of health issues, whether it was, being obese, having diabetes, having hypertension, having some type of heart problems or something like that. They already had pre-existing conditions. And so people that are vaccinated is dying because they're obese or they already had pre-existing conditions. And so I think that it's best for people to do their research. I don't agree with people trying to push a vaccine. I don't agree with a vaccine mandate because it still has not been FDA approved. If it's so good and it's the best thing out there for everybody, why hasn't it been FDA approved? It hasn't been FDA approved. So how can they mandate something that hasn't even been approved? And the whole thing about, putting it in where you have to show your card to go to a restaurant, that's discrimination. So it's like as if they're trying to segregate vaccinated versus unvaccinated. And when you read studies, they're saying that, from the research of what they're looking at, they're thinking that the vaccinated people are the ones that is passing the Delta variant to the non-vaccinated people. There's so many different studies, so many different ideologies, so many different professionals that's weighing in on COVID to where there is no clear-cut information. So I just think that people need to be safe, wear your mask, you know what I'm saying? But I don't think that people should be forced to get a vaccine. I think a vaccine should be your choice. You have people dying of all type of disease, you know what I'm saying? They're not forcing people to go get treatment for other things that they have going on or forcing them to show cards. You know what I'm saying? For STDs, if you got HIV, you got to show your card. You got to do this. You got to do that. They're not forcing people to do that. So why would they force people to show a vaccine card? You know what I'm saying? So I don't agree with that. And I think that what New York is doing, I think they're taking away, people's right to choose how they want to live. If they don't want to be vaccinated, they shouldn't have to get vaccinated. And no job should not prevent a person from being employed because they choose not to be vaccinated.
All right. Thank you so very much for calling in. Okay, people is calling in. Give me 1 second. You're live. How you doing? Hello. Oh, I guess you're not talking. All right, give me a second. I'll bring somebody else on. Hold on 1 second. We're gonna bring it down short because we gotta go because we got about 10 more minutes and I gotta bring the show to a close. Let me go back up. 0316.
Hey, this is this Dr. Sebi caller.
Okay.
I just wanted to say you have a lot of nurses in the chat that supported everything that I said about everything that I said, including they are lying about the COVID being COVID. They're saying that people died from COVID when it was really something else.
Okay.
And another thing that I really want y'all to do, go look on Amazon at the 15,000 reviews for North American herb oregano oil. Go look at the reviews. People are curing themselves from the COVID-19 with this. I back up everything that I said. Also do research on Dr. Sebi and elderberry. I know you guys, I've been studying this for years. I am a pharmacy major. Please
thank you.
Do your own research on your health.
Okay, thank you. I'm gonna go see these other callers. Thank you. Okay.
Right.
All right. Because she called again. 9867. I'm gonna go see
Hey,
that.
Wiley, this is the voice of New York. She said pharmacy major. So does that mean she went to pharmacy school, or were you just a major? Because that's very different. If you went and got your Pharm D and you're a doctor in pharmacy, then they should know better than spew some of the things I'm hearing. So as far as like, I'm being honest, because I'm someone who's in the medical profession and I deal with clinical trials. And I was a chemistry major who worked at a pharmaceutical company with Merck. So anyway, with that said, let's just go to where we need to go to. I find it so interesting that people will eat ass, people will eat chicken, people will eat vaginas, suck on penises, kiss dirty mouth, don't go to dentist, eat McDonald's, Kentucky, fried chicken, baked chicken, all the type of chicken, but then get mad over a vaccine. That's not going to kill you. What's going to kill you is obesity. What's going to kill you is diabetes. What's going to kill you is hypertension, cancer, not going to the doctor, not having access to go to doctors, not having the proper health insurance to go to doctors. That's going to kill you before. You have a high chance of dying, getting shot, depending on where you live. I live in Brooklyn. So I got a higher chance of getting shot or even going to a car accident than I do by a vaccination. Now, those who don't want to get vaccinated, that's cool. Don't get vaccinated. Don't. But don't berate those who want to get vaccinated. And I must say, yes, we are kind of in a clinical trial where those who are not vaccinated are the control group. They are the control. Those who are vaccinated, we are the ones who we're going to see. Science is not perfect. The thing is that I understand, one, if you have read Medical Apartheid, because I think that's where people are trying to think, right? Medical Apartheid by Harriet A. Washington that talked about all the trials or all the negative things that happened to Black Americans in this country from colonialism all throughout this time when it comes to science. I understand everything that we're talking about, right? I think there is so misinformation, and the word in misinformation is anti-vaxxers. And yes, this is a new vaccine. When metformin was, approved, there are certain things that we're still learning from it. But what we're trying to do is try to contain it as much as possible. And again, this is a virus, and this is why I know people don't know about microbiology. If you know about your bacteria, your parasites, or your viruses, you already know they have smart ways for them to change. So what you use for one, if you get a flu vaccine or whatever, it will change and you need to go for another flu vaccine. Everyone knows that. Hence why HIV is kind of hard to maintain. We are dealing with smart viruses, and we're dealing with viruses that we've never had dealt before. So we're in a Panasonic. We're in a pandemic. We're in a ponderosa. We don't know as much as we need to know because what's happening is too fast for us to understand. We're doing it live. Yes. Does the government have an agenda? Probably. But what's worse, Black Americans are dying at a higher rate. We have the most comorbidities. We are the one that face the most unemployment. There are so many issues in our community that you hear these anti-vaxxers that don't want to get vaccinated. Don't. We're not begging you. We're not forcing you. You can do whatever you want to do. But when you're on that respirator, just don't, you can't complain. Just make sure you have life insurance. Make sure you know, because you just never know. And I do admit there are those who did die from the vaccination. But we don't know if that caused the death. We don't know if that causation. It could have been something they don't even know they had that caused the death behind that vaccination. That probably could have prompted it. How do we know that? How do we know? We don't know. Because not everyone tells you the comorbidity. When people go to get BBLs and they kind of go abroad, do they tell their doctor everything? I tell you this. When I talk to my patients and I ask them questions, they say, oh, I don't have nothing. And then I go to the medication list. They on beta blockers. They on this and that. I'm like, but I thought you didn't have, oh, yeah, I just have the sugar. You do have a lot. You have a lot of stuff. So, again, what New York is doing, New York is hit the hardest. It is the mecca of when it comes to tourism, just like in California, right? Just like in Florida. These are big stations. These are big places and big hubs. And New York is congested, okay, with mad, dirty people. Buku, that means a lot. Dirty people, okay? I didn't know how disgusting, like we know how disgusting human beings are. But now I'm glad we have the mask mandate. I want it to be 6 feet separated. I don't want you to breathe on me. You don't cover your mouth. People go to the bathroom, they don't wash their hands. Let them put the mask on. I want you to do that. To protect, because you know why? We don't know how immunocompromised another person is. That's the thing. When you have a great immune system, and this is where it comes to kids, right? Because you have those kids who don't want to get vaccinated for measles and stuff. We don't know if there's another child who can't get vaccinated at all, and you putting them in jeopardy. Now, I can admit there are some people who should not get the vaccine because they do have a higher rate of getting certain things that can prompt blood clots. Don't get it, right? And I understand, but yes, I do kind of believe with the caller before that says about the segregation stuff. That's exactly what I can see. I can foresee that happening. Like the haves and have-nots. You can't sit with us. But at the end of the day, if I choose to do that, it's fine. It's a free will. That's what we are. It's a free will. You're free to not get vaccinated, and they're free to not let you in because you're not vaccinated. It is what it is. I mean, it's sad to see, but I don't think it's like I'm indifferent, Wiley, when it comes to this because I got vaccinated, okay, but I'm for science. I'm like, it is what it is. If I can contribute to learn more, I'm going to. But then again, it's my background. That's why I think that way. My family members, some of them are vaccinated, but some aren't. Like my father's not vaccinated because he can't talk if he has side effects. That's why he's not vaccinated. My mom, she's not going to get vaccinated. I had to beg her to get vaccinated. And I'm like, all right, Mom, if you don't want to, I'm not going to force you. But, I'm just saying, if God forbid you're in the hospital, technically some doctors are going to let you pass away. And that's just me being real. Like, there's a lot of doctors who are not nice to Black patients. So if you're in there, they probably going to write you off. Like, oh, okay, you're not going to get the best treatment. I'm just being honest because depending on where you are. Lastly, the Delta variant and the Lambda variant, because, I don't want to talk too much. The Delta variant and the Lambda variant, that's the thing with viruses. It keeps mutating. So, yes, the vaccine that you're getting now probably is not going to hit Lambda. It won't. It doesn't make sense to. So, again, it's sad because we don't know. But what I don't like is ignorance. What I don't like is a bunch of, ragamuffins are at Lollapalooza or breathing on each other's neck, disgusting. You know how you can go to the music festival, people sweating with no deodorant. They on your back breathing, breathing. And you there and smelling in the garbage that people ain't vaccinated. And then you're going to come to my clinic, doctor, I can't breathe. Where were you? Oh, I was out and about. Oh, really? Oh, okay. Well, then be out and about. Lastly, same thing with New York City with the lock and the camera on Dipset concert. I saw it. I didn't pull up. Why? Because I know people are fraudulent with their vaccine cards. This is New York City. People scam all the time. They probably don't even have the real vaccine card. They probably got it, fraud and keep it and push it. What I'm saying to end this, what I'm saying, Wiley, is people should be able to do whatever they want to do, but then be able to accept the consequences that they're going to experience, whatever that may be. Those who are vaccinated and those who are not vaccinated. What the government is doing, they should not force anyone to get mandated to be vaccinated. Let that be the choice of the people, because then that becomes more a communistic type of society, right? Like you're forcing the. But that's what I have to say, Wiley. I'm sorry.
Thank you.
I'm hearing Dr. Sebi. I'm like, he's not even a real doctor. I'm here. It's kind of like when I hear these patients, I'm like, you know what? You can't tell them what not to believe in, right? And I'm Caribbean. We got the herbs. We believe in stuff. Drink your ginger ale and go lie down. I get it. But there's certain things. It's kind of like at this point, we just have to have an open mind. You do what you want to do, as long as you're okay with your decision. Because I believe in patient autonomy. Do what you want to do. That's all I'm here for. Just do what you want to do.
All right.
And thank you, Wiley, for having this discussion.
Thank you.
Really
Thank you.
appreciate it.
Thank you so very much.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye. All right, we're down to 3 callers. 3522. Let me take the number off the screen because we're done. 3522. Hello? 3522.
Hey, Wiley.
Hi. Can you tell me down the back?
Hey, Wiley.
Yes, because I hear me. Okay.
Hey.
Yes, hello.
Hi, how are you doing?
All right.
Good. I just wanted to say that I'm sorry I'm at work, but
Okay, go ahead.
I did want to say something about Nicki, but everybody is on the vaccine thing. So I will say this real fast. I did catch the virus. I did catch it. My son caught it. My daughter caught it. My cousin caught it. And a few people in my neighborhood caught it. People need to, at that time, nobody really knew at that time, hospitals were super full and they were sending us back home. So I understand that a lot of people don't know a lot, but what one of the callers said about some of the things is true, because what I did do was make a oregano oil drink with oregano oil, ginger, and turmeric. I juiced that, and I also gave all of this to my family and to my friends, and we all got better because it pulls the mucus out, and I mixed it with honey to coat the stomach. So I do want to say that does work when it's done right. Now, people say scientific evidence. If you go to PubMed and you type in PubMed and put in respiratory virus and put in Cravacol, which is what is in oregano oil, a bunch of scientific stuff will pop up of how it has helped.
Because I know my mom took some tea. She took some stuff to get that mucus out of her system. So I get it. I understand that because you do have that. Well,
now, I do want to say this. I don't know if you watched LovelyTi whole video, but she was not speaking against vaccination. She actually has been vaccinated because of her condition. What she said was she did not agree with them forcing people to get it, because now they are making the players, the NFL players who don't have it, wear a band around their arm, and other states are.
But they should. Those are private companies, right? If you a football,
I agree with the NFL, but I don't agree with. If you can't go outside, you can't go to the store, you pretty much can't go anywhere where they're trying to make it a law. when you should just be able to wear the mask.
Man, that's not going to be, I will tell you this, that's not going to be implemented everywhere. I know in Texas, they're not going to fly with that. I know some parts of Florida, New York is more liberal and they've been hit hard. So they'll probably come with some policies or restaurants and stuff like that. I know they can't implement that on a federal level because it would be struck down in the courts. They still can challenge this in the courts, period. But they're trying.
They're still trying to do
Yeah.
it in a lot of places.
Yeah, they trying.
And that's what she was saying. She did not say that she didn't believe in the vaccine. She said they need to stop trying to separate us. So I just really wanted to come on and just.
Because some restaurants said, "Hey, I don't want you wearing masks. If you've been vaccinated, don't come to my restaurant." So it's like this stuff. It's a lot of noise, and they're not on one accord. The CDC is not on one accord with all of this information. So that's just why we just have to take a breath. Listen to your doctors, and be careful going into these crowds. And I wanted to go to Lollapalooza in Chicago, but it was so many people, and I'm like, I don't think that's healthy to do that. So
I'm in Chicago.
I love
I'm
Chicago.
in Chicago, Wiley.
Yeah, I love my city.
Seen Lollapalooza. You do not need to be at, and I'm not with the vaccine. I'm really not. I teach natural healing.
Okay.
And I also work in the pharmacy world, but I teach natural healing. So I'm not really with I still also believe in wearing masks. I'm not stupid.
Right. Because I wanted to do the Lollapalooza, but it was so many people because I wanted to see all the artists because I love Lollapalooza. It's just something about that event because I know y'all didn't have the taste. Did they have a taste in Chicago this year or no?
No,
they didn't have a taste. And that used to be fun, but the taste's been so diluted for these last couple of years. But anyway, didn't
find that crazy that they are trying to put the whole pay everybody to get the vaccine and wear the mask, but yet they had over thousands of people in the park with no mask on.
Right. And what I'm not understanding.
It was so packed and those people were so high, they were so drunk, they were on acid and everything because I'm right downtown. So they were packed. And
really?
I'm telling you, next week it's gonna hit like never before when these numbers come up.
What the mayor said they had to have a card, that they had to have the axxine. That's what Lightfoot said.
In Chicago, we got aunties who nurses and stuff who can give us cards. Come on, stop playing. We get around everything up here. Stop playing.
Right. But yeah, I love my city. I was supposed to come back. I'm debating on should I go for Thanksgiving, and stuff like that. But yeah, I gotta come back home. But thank you so much for calling in.
All right, I love you.
I love you. Thank you.
Know all about the tea.
Yes, thank you.
All right, see you later.
All right, bye. Oh, she's from Chicago. Wow, shout out to my Chicago listeners. 5764, calling you on air.
Hello, Wiley. How you doing?
Hey.
Good. I just want to chime in on the whole vaccine. I'm going to be honest with you. I just kind of feel like this is the main reason why, African Americans always find out they have stuff late. Remember my parents back in the day, they're like, oh, I just have a little headache. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I just have congestion or whatever. And then by the time they go to the hospital or whatever, they have diabetes or, they have hypertension. Like, don't be ignorant, okay? Herbs like oregano oil and black seed oil is not going to cure everything, okay? I'm going to be completely honest. No, I'm serious because when I used to have ear infections, my mom used to be like, okay, well, let's boil some garlic and put the cotton in your ears and all that. Let's just keep it serious, okay? Let's keep it about.
Because I had something going on with me. I had to get on some antibiotics. I went to the doctor. I went to go get tested, right? And they checked my blood pressure and they said, oh, your blood pressure is high. So they wanted to put me on blood pressure medicine. And they gave me some antibiotics to take too, because I had some other stuff going on. But I didn't tell them, like, let me just go give me some herbs and let me just give me some oils.
Yeah. All right. So herbs can cure cancer. I'm not trying to debunk anybody's theory. I understand. We have conspiracy theories, okay? But breast cancer wasn't cured by black seed oil. I'm just being honest. Okay. No, I'm serious. I do believe in eating healthy. I do believe that, you know what I'm saying, we can kind of tackle obesity. And then for people to say that they teach natural healing, I mean, the herbs that you get, the herbs and the fruits that you get are not even natural. They're synthetically modified. Okay, your apples, okay, your bananas, those are man-made. So you don't even know what you're putting in your system. All those, okay, well, I'm buying organic, and what they use, the pesticides that they use to be organic is more harmful than the ones that are, you know, non-organic. You know what I'm saying? So just make it make sense. I feel like if you live in a multi-generational household, like myself, you know, I want to make sure I protect those around me. Not necessarily, this is not only about me. People make it seem like, okay, well, I don't believe in, but what if you have kids or you have somebody else have a compromised immune system? What about them? You know what I'm saying? It's a bigger picture when we talk about things like this, you know?
Absolutely.
So, again,
and my thing is, this is why I'm trying to get a black doctor on the show and really listen to people with a reputation of giving you the facts, you know, and giving you the not misinformation, but great information to help us. I will tell you, just don't be out in crowds and make sure you wear your mask, good hygiene. You know, I have the sniffles, and every time I get the sniffles, I always get tested. It's just that's what I do, because I know you have allergies, and it's about to start getting cold like after this. So we got to get this in order. I'm not against the axxine because I took it personally. I know what they're doing, talking about you can't go to a restaurant or you can't do this and all of this. Most restaurants not going to do that because you're not going to miss out on no money. Okay. A lot of the people just saying that because they want to be in the media and they say, oh, but at the end of the day, because most of them cars, you could just easily get that off probably Google and just write some information on there. Because nobody.
I was on Facebook, somebody was really promoting the cards. They're like, hey, if you need doctor's notes or like, you know, fake vaccination cards, hit me up. I'm like, what? I mean, I'm pretty healthy.
They do that.
Okay, and I do take herbs too, okay? I take moringa powder, all that stuff. I understand that. However, we're dealing with something that we don't really know we don't really know all the ins and outs of it just yet. So I'm not gonna downplay the natural remedies. However, we do have things like viruses and certain things that need more power, right? It needs more, you know, you need penicillin, your antibiotics, you know, things like that.
Because even with me,
so
like even when you get tested, because I'm on prep, because I regularly get tested, even though I'm not active in the bedroom. Every once in a while I might get it on, but I still take prep. So just in case if I have a slip up, I have that extra protection, you know, without contracting HIV. So I understand that. That's why I tell people to listen to. Most people are not listening to their doctors. They're just listening to conspiracy theories online, or you know what I'm saying, or what they heard.
I mean, most of the people who are saying this, like, I just want to know, the people who are saying this, have you ever gotten tested to see if it like actually works? And I'm not, again, right, because I used to be vegan and I know all about all the herbs and things like that. But there are things that you have to really be like, okay, well, it cured it. Did you really go see, like, did you even know when you had it? Most people who are talking never even went to the doctor to actually get tested for something. They waited years later until they started seeing symptoms. And that's the problem, too. A lot of African Americans are against going to the medical system, right? So you gotta force people to go ahead and get tested to get, you know, a blood panel, to get tested for diabetes and get tested for, you know, hypertension. So by the time that they do catch it, they have to be on medication.
Right, because a lot of times people don't have health insurance to even get regular treatment, you know, before it gets serious, you know, because I didn't know, like, my blood pressure was high. I just happened to go to the clinic because I was going because they test my blood, they check my kidneys for, you know, because when you're on prep, they got to make sure your organs are okay. And so they was like, oh, your blood pressure is high. And then I had other things going on, and they was able to treat me. So, but I said, that's another reason why I need health insurance. And that's another reason why I am going back to work, so I can get just on their health insurance plan, so I can get these regular checkups, you know what I'm saying, you know, to make sure that I'm good, and don't wait till the last minute when you hurt and then you go to the ER and accumulating all that debt.
Right. I agree. You know, and it's not so much of, you know, about, oh, well, you know, about having autonomy and also knowing exactly, you know, what's going on. It's not so much we believe the doctors, but we do believe in blood work, right? People are like, oh, you know, you guys are saying that doctors are everything. No, I believe in a blood panel, meaning I need to see, you know, my AGG levels, all types of stuff like that, right? Like, I'm not going to be like, okay, doctor said you have something. No, if I go in and they take blood work and I come up with something, of course I'm going to talk about it, right? So it's not so much about doctors, it's so much about what the test reads. I'm not saying tests don't make mistakes, but do you know what you have? You know, so it just kind of like do what's best for you and what's best for, you know, people in your household. That's what I'm going to say. Because, you know, when it comes to, you know, the medical field, it's a lot of shades of gray. It's not so much black and white.
Absolutely.
You know?
Thank you.
So just make sure you do your research and stay prayed up. That's all I can really say.
Thank you so very much. And we got people calling in from all over the country and giving a voice in their opinion. Thank you, sister. All right.
All right. Have a good one.
All right, you too. Okay, we down to the last caller. 4430. I gotta be in the bed because I got to get up early.
Eileen.
Hi, welcome to the Wiley Show.
Thank you. So I just wanted to comment, of course, on the, you know what, I don't know if I could say the word, COVID. So there's a lot of misinformation, I feel like, that is affecting mainly the Black people because of the history, as we all know, with vaccines. But people have to understand that, you know, the people that try to make their point, like, oh, it doesn't cure it or it doesn't do this or that, there is no claims that a vaccine has ever cured anything. A vaccine has a purpose that it serves. The measles, chickenpox, people can still catch those. The reason little kids who are not vaccinated aren't catching it at a high rate is because of herd immunity, because of the people that are vaccinating their children. So that is what we're trying to reach here with COVID, because while it won't stop the transmission or stop mutation, it will slow it down, get it under control, right? But there's always exceptions. Yes, some people who get the COVID vaccine will catch it. Some people will die from the vaccine, as any other medicine, right? I'm sure there's all these blood pressure medicines. If you actually read the side effects, they have some pretty severe side effects that most people don't get, but there's always going to be an exception to the rule. You know, so I just think people have to keep that in mind, that the vaccine, if we reach herd immunity, it will help. Now, if we don't get to herd immunity, we're going to be in this pandemic for a couple more years. As far as, I think a lot of people also don't understand how a virus works. A virus cannot be cured, right? So the vaccine is just so that you build these antibodies to help fight the virus, so that it's not foreign to your body, right? Just like a cold, you can't cure a cold. A virus has to take its course no matter what it is. You can only relieve the symptoms. So for the people like, oh, this oregano cured it or this cured it, no, it didn't cure it. It probably helped relieve the symptoms. But regardless, a virus is going to have to take its course. And that's for any virus. Like, it's really just a black and white thing where a virus has to take its course. That's just the way it is.
Okay.
Which is why when a lot of people have gone to the hospital for the virus, you know, they get sent home. The doctors, unless it's really severe, the doctors just give them medicine to try to relieve the symptoms. And there was a caller that kind of compared COVID to HIV. Beyond me. Oh, well, if you have to put your HIV card when you go into the restaurant, it's not an airborne illness. Like, how can you even compare the two? You know what I mean? Like, I can walk around with my gay friend and I'm not going to just catch it because I'm next to them. But COVID, I can. It's different. I don't even know why people use the two to compare them to try to even make their case, because it's absolute nonsense.
Oh, wow.
But anyway, I just want to leave this with the people. Okay. The information is out there on viruses. It hasn't changed from any vaccine. Like, it's really not a cure. It never will be a cure, but it can help some people. Like I said, there's always going to be exceptions. Still take care of your immune system, whether you have the vaccine or not. If you're overweight, try to lose weight. Eat healthy, take some vitamins for immune support. Vitamins won't cure it, but immune support. And you guys stay safe out there. Peace.
All right. Thank you. Okay. All right. So thank you all so very much for calling in. This have turned into something else, a lengthy live. I want to give a special shout out to all the moderators in the house. Thank you so very much for that. This have been lovely. I'm about to go because I'm going to put me some chicken wings in the air fryer. because I got to get up early because I got to be at work tomorrow. Gotta go to work tomorrow, and so we're gonna see how that's gonna go. But of course, we'll be doing some commentary. On my lunch break, we'll do some commentary, and stuff like that. So I'm excited for that. But I definitely got to go and put some chicken in this air fryer because I'm hungry. Okay, all right, I am hungry. I'm gonna say that right now. And I definitely cannot stay up until 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So I'm gonna try to eat some chicken in the air fryer while that's going, take me a good shower, and get up for work in the morning. Okay. Uh Definitely, and then I start school next week. So I'm excited, you guys. Um, I'm just excited. That's all I'm gonna say. Oh wow. Oh wow. Yes. I am studying criminal justice. Yes. That's what I'm doing, criminal justice, or my bachelor in criminal justice. So I'm excited for that. If anybody got their degree in criminal justice, hit me up so I can hit you up for some answers and everything like that. So yeah. Yeah, so y'all, I'm still doing that. I'm not doing nursing school. No, 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 no. Okay. Absolutely not. I'm gonna let y'all know because I didn't get my schedule, so I'm gonna let y'all know that I'm excited. I'm just really, really excited. So I could just graduate and stuff like that. It's online, so pretty much you could, if you want to give me some notebooks, and stuff like that. But I'll let y'all know if I need a list of stuff. But if you are an amazing, and if we have anybody in here that that's experts and all that good stuff, and I have a question, just give me your email so we can connect and stuff like that. So I'm excited. I'm excited to be back in school. Okay. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Oh, somebody said we can send a care package. Oh, y'all gonna be sending me notebooks. Oh my god. They said live stream yourself in class. I'm in school for criminal justice. Okay. All right. Good. That's what I'm in school for. Yeah, that's what I'm in school for. Yes, super excited. Where can I send books to help him improve his literacy? Yes, you can definitely do it to the PO box. We have a PO box. Okay. Thank you all so very much. Yes. Oh. Oh. Okay. Oh wow. Let me go. Somebody feed. Somebody find those programs are scams. Oh my gosh. Let me in. Now that I had no concerns about that. I'm just excited. What I want to be is a probation officer. I want to be a probation officer. I do want to work in a juvenile detention center. Do want to do that as well. And I just want to get out of CNA. I want to finally get a career when I'm making a good salary. When I never had a salary job. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm so tired of making these low wage jobs. I want to salary, and then I'm still gonna do YouTube. And the reason why cause like I'm like, okay, hold on. The reason why I'm doing this is because I want something else to fall back on, and then I want my nieces and nephews to know that your uncle graduated from college, because I was the only one of my mom's kids to graduate from high school. The rest of them, they ain't graduate. And so I'll be her first child graduate from college. And I really want that. I'm super excited. I can see myself graduating and everything like that. So, but I want to be able to negotiate a salary or to get a job, and they said you got to have a bachelor's, and I said I got a bachelor's, and I just can't wait. A lot of people say, well, why are you doing that? You're doing YouTube. For me, for YouTube, it's many different things where if YouTube doesn't, how I look at it, if it does not work for me, I want to have something else to fall back on. I want a career to fall back on instead of me going and get CNA. Even though CNA is a great thing because you could work in different things. It's so much you could do with your CNA degree. I mean CNA certificate. But I've done enough in healthcare. I want to do something else. I want to get into the criminal justice field. So that was the thing. I was like, if this YouTube career doesn't take off, even if it does take off, I still want my degree. So when my nieces and nephews, they can say, oh, my uncle graduated from college, so I'm going to go to college, you know? All right. All right. Okay. And I don't have any kids, so I can do it. So I'm gonna be doing YouTube. I'm gonna be working full time and plus being in school, and stuff like that. And when University of Phoenix, I take it's one class every 5 weeks, so which is great. And I might pick up some more classes, but I want to hurry up and get this degree and just get into my field. Okay. So definitely, I just want to just get into my field for real, for real. Absolutely. So I gotta find out places where I can volunteer and stuff. 'Cause I know it's COVID, so I gotta get that together. So yeah, and so yeah, only child that graduated from high school. The rest of them, they didn't graduate. And the only reason I graduated from high school, my grandmother stayed on me to graduate. She said, you got to get your diploma. And I should have just went on to college and just got my degree and everything like that. So I thought it was 40 something credits I got to complete, but I'll give y'all the list of how many credits I got left. Because I'll talk to the ladies today, but I got to talk to my advisor tomorrow. So yeah, but it's so rewarding. Thank you. Thank you. It's gonna happen. Yes, it's gonna be a smart move, and I know it's gonna be great. Whew. I just can't wait. Oh my god, like I cannot wait. Oh, I just talked to my friend. What is she talking about? I think she a nurse now. Yes, it's never so late to be what you call it being, so you do it. Yes, thank you. And I still love healthcare. Yeah, I got this. Yeah, I got this. So okay. So I'm definitely gonna be hitting up my publicist, and I'm gonna have to pay her this time for really. Well, her, can you edit this paper so I can make sure? Because I want to have a good GPA and stuff like this and everything like that. So if y'all don't see me live, just know I'm in school. Okay, I'm getting my degree. All right. So if y'all don't be seeing me live, I'm in school. I gotta put it in paper. So don't be getting mad if you don't be seeing me live like this. But no, I'm gonna still try to come on the live and speak to my people. Okay, because I'm out here, like even when I go to work, I'm still gonna go live and stuff like that. Dang, which scrubs I'm gonna wear? I can't even hardly fit those scrubs. Cause them pants be falling down. Do I got my belt? I'm not doing that belt. Okay. Yes, I can't wait. Oh, just nervous, y'all. I'm really nervous, because I want to just stick with it. And I know my mind is like made up. Yeah, because like my scrubs, I had got too big of scrubs, and it'd be falling down. 'Cause like one time I was at work and the scrub fell down. I was so embarrassed. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna need a planner. Absolutely. I got to get a schedule order, but I still could do YouTube because YouTube is not an 8 hour job. The max that I be on YouTube is like a 2 hour video. So I'm gonna have to cut it and do like an hour video. Yeah. Thank you. Oh, thank you so much. Take some communication classes to enhance your skills. Oh, yeah. I'm be taking all that. Oh, we got some callers in here. 4430. Oh, we gotta go. I gotta put this chicken in the air fryer.
Wiley. Wait. Wiley, I'm just here to apologize if I offended anybody. I just read the chat and realized what the hell I said. I just want to clarify. When I was talking, I was speaking of like from my personal experience. My best friend is gay, so as I was saying, as I'm walking next to my gay friend, because y'all don't know me from a grain of salt and y'all don't know him, but I just don't feel right. Like I can't have that on my heart. But when I was speaking as I was picturing me walking next to him. He is HIV positive.
Okay.
So that's why I said when I'm walking next to my gay friend, I'm not just gonna catch it because I was picturing in my head me walking next to him. So once I read the chat, I don't think you were offended by it because
Oh, no,
you
I'm
didn't
not.
say anything.
No, I wasn't offended by it.
But once I read the chat, I was like, oh shoot,
Okay.
like what is, you know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to apologize. If there's anyone in the chat I offended, I'm sorry. And I'm not homophobic. And I don't think that way. I'm not DaBaby. I'm not ignorant. I know the ins and outs. But I was actually picturing myself and my friend walking next to each other. And like I said, he's HIV positive. So I was just like, hey, if I'm walking next to my gay friend, because he's the only one I know that is HIV positive. So that's why I was using that example. So I hope y'all forgive me. I'm sorry.
Okay.
That was a mistake.
All right. Thank you so much
All
for
right,
clearing that
thank you
up.
for picking up. I was praying. I was
Oh,
like,
no. I just looked at it. Oh, thank you for clearing it up. All right. Thank you.
Okay. Thank
All right.
you guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye-bye. Oh, you just never know. Okay. Because I know you can't be standing next to somebody to catch that. You got to be doing some activities. Anonymous, you live on air.
Hello, Wiley.
Hi.
I just wanted to tell you that you are doing fear mongering because my question for the people that got, their cards, why are y'all so concerned about the people who don't? If this is supposed to save you.
Okay.
Now, I'm not against it, and I'm not against
But it's
it
my
at all
right.
because,
If I want you around me, if I have an event, I say everybody got to be vaccinated. That's my right to say that. I don't see a problem with me not saying that.
Well, my thing is, stop making people feel like it's un-American not to get it. See,
I didn't say it was un-American.
No, but that's what the media is doing. And you guys are saying if you go to the hospital, there are more than people with this virus in the hospital. There are cancer patients. There are people with other illnesses.
Right.
So why don't we give the attention to all the sickness out there, not just this?
So are you going to start a petition for them not to do that?
Well, I see you, as you can see, you did say that, you see some conservative, people are speaking up for it because nobody has an issue with it. The thing is, stop trying to force it on people.
Okay.
That's all. It's your choice, whether you want to or not.
Right.
Don't make me feel like I'm doing something wrong if I don't have it. Because now that is, that's what we call, like you're trying to profile me, like something is wrong with me because if I don't have it, you know. Right.
So if Donald Trump tell you to get it, would you take it?
See, Juan, you're just being rude. That has nothing to do. Donald Trump has nothing to do with this conversation. The conversation is stop trying to make people feel forced and wrong to take something if they have their own personal reasons. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump because I'm pretty sure maybe he already had it too.
All right.
So people who stop blaming the unvaccinated people.
All right.
That's all I'm saying.
Well, thank you so very much for calling in.
Okay, Mom.
These callers, I'm like, we got the best callers in the world. These callers. Okay, well, that was Sister Conservative. Okay. Oh my God. Oh, I do not feel like going to work tomorrow. Oh man. Okay. All right. So I don't know if the conservatives are gonna be coming to the meet and greet in Vegas. So Vegas, somebody said we should do the meet and greet in Miami. So I don't know. I need to talk with the ladies and see. We're gonna have a meeting with some of my mod sisters and see what will be best. So we do it in Vegas. Should we do it in Miami? Um, so I'm gonna talk to the mods and see what is a what where should we do the meet and greet. So I was thinking about even New York because I got a lot of subscribers in New York. But I gotta check with to see what we should do this at. 'Cause I heard that Miami will be lit. And I've never been to Miami. I've been to Orlando, but not Miami. Okay. All right. All right. So we had definitely checked it out. I don't know when we gonna do two men and a lady. We supposed to do it. So I'm gonna check with them and see if they're available Saturday or Sunday. Because we owe y'all an episode. We actually owe y'all 2 episodes. We actually owe y'all 2 episodes. So we definitely got to put that into there. So we're trying to do the meet and greet for next year. Next year. Yes, we're gonna do the meet and greet. Yeah, we're gonna do the meet and greet next year. Yeah, that's what we're gonna try to do for next year. All right, let me put these chicken wings in the air fryer. Gosh. And I will see y'all soon. I don't know why I'm eating so late. My apologies, because I usually was not planning on going live this late, but because we got to talking, this was a 2-hour live. I usually do it earlier, but yeah. Do a poll and see what the most of your fans are. Yeah, we're gonna have to do a poll. Yeah, that's a good suggestion. So once I get the final list and see what we could do this meet and greet at and stuff like that. Yeah. Ooh, somebody said they want to take me out on a date. Wait a minute, who is this? Said they want to take me out on a date. Okay. They want to take me out on a date. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. So yeah, we got to do a poll for that. All right. Is that her blowing a horn? Oh, wait a minute. Okay. And she moving into her new place. I might have to make a little trip to Chicago. All right. I might have to take a little trip to Chicago. All right. Oh, I haven't been. I'm gonna have to make a little trip to Chicago. All right. That'd be great. I don't know what we gonna eat because like my favorite restaurant is shut down. So oh, they said Florida is a super spreader state. Oh my gosh. What about Vegas? I'm in Chicago, Wiley. Let's go on a date. Really? Oh, you gotta go on a date? Oh, so she had responded. You said Millie had responded to us? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Why did she have to respond to me? I didn't even say nothing. I didn't even say nothing. Oh, I hope she ain't cuss me out. That's all I hope for it. I hope she did not cuss me out because I didn't say nothing wrong. I hope she ain't cuss me out. Okay, I'm gonna have to check that out. Did she cuss me out? Let me see. She probably did. Let me see. Oh Lord, she go live for 4 hours. But I ain't mad at her though. I still love her. So I still love her. Whether she know it or not, I still love her. Let me see. All right. See, I hate this on station here. Okay. All right, I'm trying to find the time step of what she talked about me. I gotta hear it. So once I hear it, I may go live on Station Head. She probably cuts me out. Oh, because I didn't even cuss her out. I'm like, please don't cuss me out because I didn't even cuss her out. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so very much. Okay, I'm gonna see y'all later. Okay. She probably cuss me out. Okay, I'll see y'all later. Babe, can you put those chicken wings in the air fryer for me, please? Can you put the chicken wings in the air fryer for me, please? Okay. All right. I'll see y'all later. Bye, y'all. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel at Wiley Show. Thank you all. Cash App $ Marquise Wiley 28. Thank you all so very much. And if you want to send me a DM, you could DM me on Instagram. Bye, y'all. Peace.